everyone and welcome to another video lecture on the quantitative aptitudes. Today we shall discuss how to find the cube root of a perfect cube. Before this, I would like to tell you how to identify whether a given number is perfect cube or not, right? So for a given number to be a perfect cube, we need the cubes of the numbers from 1 to 10, right? So here I have listed the cubes of the number from 1 to 10. Now, so first observe these unit place of these cubes carefully. So what we will observe that here we find all the digits in the unit place. That is 1, then we have 2 in the unit place, 3, 4, 5, then 6 is there, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 0, right? So all the digits we find in the unit place. So just like in case of perfect square, we have some pair of a number who have the same digits in the unit place. Here we don't find such case, right? So that is one problem, right? Now second is, so we will go with the digital sum. As I told you, what is digital sum? Digital sum is nothing but the sum of the digits in a given number represented between 0 to 9, right? So let us find the sum of the digital sum of this. So it is 1, here it is 8, then digital sum is 2 plus 7, 9, then here it is 6 plus 4, 10, and again we will add 1 and 0, so 1 plus 0 is 1, then here we have 8, again here it is 9, then 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 3, 9, 10, then again we will add the digits of 10, because you have to represent it between 0 to 9. So 10 is 1 plus 0, that is 1, and then again here it is 9, and then this, right? So here we find one pattern. What is the pattern? That the digital sum is 1 to 9 only, 1, 8, 9, right? Digital sum is 1, 8, 9 only. So what we can say, that if a perfect cube is there, then its digital root is either 1 or 8 or 9, right? So if any number having digital root 1, 8 or 9 does not mean that it is a perfect cube, right? It gives you that it can be a perfect cube, but we will have to verify it, right? So the for verification, what is suggested, the method of prime factorization, right? That gives you the guarantee whether a given number is a perfect cube or not, right? So you will say, if there is no guarantee, then why you are telling us these digital root criteria, right? So that digital root criteria is helps us to eliminate the non-perfect cubes, right? So it means if any number does not have a digital sum 1, 8 and 9, it means it is a non-perfect cube. That is guaranteed. Means elimination becomes easier, right? But if it will have a digital sum or digital root as 1, 8, 9, then it can be a perfect cube, okay? But 100% guarantee is not there. The assurance we will get only by the prime factorization method, which you have already done in case of triplets, right? Say for example, if I take this number 9261, this is a perfect cube, right? Why it is perfect cube? Because 9261 can be factorized into a prime factors. So the factors will be 3 into 3 triplets of 3, and again the triplets of 7, right? So we will consider one of them. So it is 3, and here again 1 from the triplet. So what will be? We get 21. So therefore the cube root of 9261 is nothing but 21, right? So in this way, though the sum comes out to be 1, 8 and 9, but it guarantees about the perfect cube can be obtained only after the prime factorization, okay? So remember, the digital roots helps you to eliminate the non-perfect cubes, right? Digital roots helps you to eliminate the non-perfect cube, but the digital sum does not assure you regarding the given number to be a perfect cube, okay? So this point must be clear to you, okay? Now, so once this is over, so what we can have the next process, that is how to find the cube root of a given number, right? How to find a cube root of a given number. So for this, the process is exactly similar to what we have done in case of a square root of a given number, with certain changes. I'll tell you the changes one by one, then we will evaluate the problem, right? So let us take, suppose I am taking this same example. We know that cube root of 9261 is nothing but 21. So let us see whether we get this by the method which I am going to tell you or not, right? So 9261, this is the number I am considering here, right? So what we do, so we will factorize, we will form the group, right? Now there will be two group. The first group will be nothing but formed from the right hand side, and here we will cut the last three digits, or we will put the last three digits in a one pair, that is group number 1, right? Whereas the remaining one is put in the another group. Remaining numbers are put in another group. That is what? G2, right? So what we have to do? Any number is given, then we will have to group into a two group, right? The first group will be nothing but formed by considering the last three digits, whereas the remaining numbers are to be put in a second group, right? So this is our group G1, this is group G2, right? Now fine. Then what we do next? Observe the unit place, right? So here in the unit place, what we have in the group 1? It is 1, okay? So we will look for the number which have unit place as 1. Unit place as 1 in the cube. So what it is? Unit place as 1 in the cube. So what it is? It is nothing but 1, right? So that's why in the answer we have in the unit place 1, okay? Right? So here it is 1, confirmed. Now next for the remaining number after this in the answer. So we will go for G2, right? Now group 2 number is 9. Okay, so we will find out where this number lies in the cubes of these numbers. So the 9 is between what? 9 is between this 8 and 27, right? 9 is between 8 and 27. So 9 is lying between 8 and 27, which are nothing but the cube of 2 and 3. Okay, so therefore we will take the lowest one. What is the lowest one? Remember, lowest one is always dominant in order to give you the number, right? So therefore the number over here must be 2, right? Now what are the changes while evaluating cube root, this cube root and the square root? The changes are that here we don't have to decide what is the number in the unit place. Whereas in case of a squares, there we have the number of possibilities. Two numbers were there to take that unit place. So we will have to find out which number exactly takes that place. So number of processes are there. Here we don't find such process, right? Because in a cube we find each number occurring only once in the unit place. Okay, it is not appearing at two different places. So that's why no fight for the unit place, and for the tens place or for the another number, we observe the number in the group 2. We shall see where it lies in the column of cube, and then whichever will be the lesser one, right? That number should be considered for the next number in the answer. So that is what, therefore what we have? 21. So that is how we have obtained the answer. Earlier also by prime factorization I have shown you how the answer is coming out to be 21, right? Now let us take another example. Suppose I will have to find out the cube root of, say the number is 195 112, right? This we want to find out, cube root of this. So what we will do, again as per the procedure, we will form the two group, right? First group will be the last three digits. So this is nothing but a G1, group number 1, and remaining is nothing but the group number 2. Okay, now then what we do next step, we will observe the digit in the unit place of the first group, right? Number. So what is that? 2. Now here 2 lies over here, where here it is in the 8 cube, right? Cube of 8 is containing unit place digit as 2. That's why what should be our number in the unit place? The number in the unit place must be 8. Okay. Now next one. Also the next number, next group, that is 195, right? Now just look for where this number 195 lies in the cube, column of cube. So 195 is between 5 and 6 cube, that is between 125 and 216. Okay, so we have 195 between 125 and 216, which are nothing but the square cube of 5 cube, and this is nothing but what? The 6 cube. So lowest one is always dominating one. So I'll take 5. So that's why what is cube root of 195? 112, that is 58. So that's how easy one can get the cube root of a perfect cube. So in the next video lecture, we shall discuss the evaluation of perfect cube, the evaluation of cube root of a imperfect cubes, or the numbers, right, which are not a perfect cubes. So thank you for watching the